Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hi,
Good
hi,
morning.
hi. Yeah, very
Um,
good morning. So we are in mid of the week. So thanks for joining the session. So today we'll discuss about some interesting topics. Okay. So still we are yet to discuss the transport administration. Before that, so we have to complete the some other small topics. So that is the reason. So I'm discussing about the daily monitoring and some other transaction codes and everything. So why we are discussing only transaction codes, not other topics? So these transaction codes, this daily monitoring transaction codes are the first part of the basis work. So when you join in any organization, so the monitoring is the very important task here. The first task they will ask you the monitoring. In your previous organization, have you done the monitoring or not? So that is the task we have to execute it. So, right. So to execute that one, first of all, we should aware of what we are executing. So what are the daily monitoring transaction codes? And also these transaction codes will help you to find out the issues. Suppose someone asks you to, they are unable to log in to the SAP system. Then they ask for you to check the, so they ask for you to check the system behavior. Then how will you check first? Then first of all, they are unable to log in. Normally, who will take the user request? Dialog work process. So that immediately you will go to the SM50, then check the status of the dialog work process. Then someone asks you question like, so they are unable to execute they're unable to run the background jobs are failing, something like that. They will ask you question. Then how will you check? Then you should aware of the all these transaction codes and everything, right? So that is the reason. So we are discussing about the some important transaction codes which are related to the basis, and it's not only part of the monitoring. Suppose depends upon the issue arises, so we should go and check that particular page. Okay, the transaction code is shortcut to the your business page. It's not like that other applications there is no tabs. So inside of the tab there is no tab directly. Here we have to use the transaction code. Single SAP system, everybody they will use the same SAP system. But basis we have the separate transaction codes, above separate transaction code, security separate transaction codes, so functional separate transaction codes. So like that. But all we all work in one system. But only thing is the way our tasks are different actually. So that is the reason background jobs we completed, RFC administration, profile parameter, and so all these things, client copies, client creation, logical system creations, all these things get completed. Tomorrow, when you organization, when you join in any project, they will ask you like, so go ahead and create the one new client. That time you should aware of right what is the client and how to create the client and logical system. That is the reason we are discussing about all the topics. It's not like that we are simply not wasting our time. Just it's every transaction code can help us in the real time. So that is the reason. So please practice all the transaction codes, observe the screen, understand the screen, so what things we are seeing in that screen. So just take a note in our notebook. Okay. So today, okay, that's it. So that is what like we discussed in yesterday, DBA cockpit, operating system level, file systems and everything. So let me ask some questions on the yesterday's topic. So SAP system is down, unable to start it. Where can I go ahead and check the logs? SAP is down. You cannot go ahead and check in the ST22, SM21, all these things. But you have only one option, that is the operating system level. Where can I go ahead and check the logs? Yesterday we discussed about the file system, right?
D instance file,
SAP,
work and file. D instance work and file.
Yeah. So you have to tell like USR, SAP, SID. So D instance number, work directory. Under the we have the log files like dev underscore dvv underscore work process 0 1 2 3 some dev underscore. So like dispatcher, like that we have to check the logs. So they may ask you question, definitely they may ask you questions like how to check the logs at OS level. Why? Because we are the administrators. We need to explore our skills on the operating system level as well to check the troubleshooting logs and everything. So you not only remember the transaction code, you need to remember the file system paths as well. Okay. So you are unable to log into the SAP system, but I want to change the some parameters. So where can I go ahead and change the parameters?
The
Okay.
profile directly.
Okay,
Profile
that's
directory.
good. So what is the navigation? You have to tell the full entire navigation. You have to tell.
Drive user SAP
Okay.
SID,
Yes.
SID
sys, and
sys
then profile.
profile.
Right. Excellent. Excellent, guys. Excellent. Really appreciate it. Yes. Right. Correct one. Okay. So remember this all these things once again. So it's discussed yesterday only. Once again, you can see this one everything in the our system as well. If you go here, so if you go, we can see these things. All these things we can see in our local systems. Just log into the our system. Okay. So at operating system level, yesterday we have seen, right? So log into the your user, designated user. So then if you go to the OS level, then go to the E drive, USR, SAP, SID. Under the SID, we have the sys, the instance number, ASS. So if ASS instance number, D means so application server D, dialog instance. We will call it as the dialog instance. Then under the sys, we have the profile directory, global directory, exe directory. D, data, exe, and log work directory. These are the very important. Yes, yes, also. So we have the work directory. Okay, these are the directories. Operating system level directory is very important. When SAP is not starting, SAP is not starting up. So what are the file systems here? Important file systems you need to check. So kernel directory and profile directory are the very important. When SAP is starting, you stop and starting, here always it will look the kernel directory. You will always look the kernel directory and the profile directory. If these directories are not available, something someone deleted, then your SAP it won't up. SAP it won't up. Okay. So that is the reason. So these are the simple logics. Okay. You can remember all these things and everything. So, okay, so that's it for the fast. So today we'll discuss about the some interesting topic and confusing topic. That is the reason I mentioned interesting and then confusing topic. Okay, so carefully listen. If you stuck somewhere, just to let me know. I will stop it. I will pause it there. Okay, SAP memory management. Okay, very dangerous topic. This is the one confusing topic. Okay, okay, SAP memory management. So what is mean by memory management? Okay, so memory management, so in the system we already discussed in one conversation the previously. For us, for humans, how food and water is very important in our daily life. Same as like in the system, in the system, some we have the in the system. So we have the work process. These are the humans in the system. Why I call it as the human means in our day-to-day life we are completing our tasks, regular works and everything we are completing. That is the reason we are humans in the world. So here these are also in the earth we are so in the here in the system in the server, these systems are running and completing their work. Sometimes it's going to sleep mode, stop mode, something like that. How we are doing same as like. But what about foods are? We have the food and water. What about this food? So for this process, the food is memory, water is CPU. Okay, just you can relate these two words. Okay, CPU and memory. So if you don't have water and memory, what will happen? Now normally slowly we will go down status, right? We will go down, right? Slowly. One day. What if you don't have 1 day, 2 days, 3 days? Then the fourth day, what will happen? You know, right? So same as like here also. Okay, then how the memory allocation will happen to this process? How the food allocation will happens to us, right? Once you eat the memory, so once you eat the food, how the allocation will happens? The food allocation that we know, right? We know means doctors knows. Even I too don't know what will happen inside of the stomach. Okay, if anyone knows, then you can just let me know. Bring up here. Anyone knows how the allocation will happen inside of our body? Okay, okay, don't deviate the topic. Okay, even I too don't know. Sorry. Yeah, so same, but I know for work process how this will be allocation will happens. Okay, so how this allocation happens. Now we'll discuss. Okay, so memory allocation for there are the two different types here memory allocations. So one is for the dialogue work process and the second one is for the non-dialogue work process. So memory allocation for the so dialogue work process, how it will happen? Why? Because two different allocations here. For dialogue, there is a one allocation. For non-dialogue work process. Non-dialogue work process means so background, update, spool, message server, NQ server. These are the non-dialogue work process. So dialogue means only dialogue work process. Okay. So how this allocation will happen here? So where can we see the memory areas? SAP memory areas, where can we see in SAP system? Anyone can tell me where can we see the SAP memory areas? There is a one transaction code, right? That we discussed already. ST02. ST02 is the transaction code. There we can check the this memory allocations, right? So now let's discuss about the memory allocation sequence for dialogue work process. Okay, so just carefully listen. Okay, memory allocation memory allocation sequence for so dialogue dialogue work process. It's a very important concept they may ask you. Okay, during the performance questions they may, when they are asking the performance questions, they may ask you like, can you tell me the memory allocation for the work process? Then in this case you need to tell this 4 or 5 steps you have to explain to them. Okay, so see here how this will allocation will happen. So okay, in SAP level we have the so memory areas like role area, heap area, extended memory. So these are the memory areas we have. How this memory allocation will happen to the first of all dialogue work process. Okay, so what is the sequence? Initially, so initially the role area, a defined role area, a defined means there is some allocation, some amount of memory will be allocated. A defined role area is used. A defined role area is used. The first one, the dialogue first, the role area. So then after that immediately if the role area is full, so there is some amount of memory allocated to the so the amount of memory allocated to the so this one, the amount of memory allocated to the this one, right? That is called the initial role area is allocated to the first work process. So if this is full, if the allocation is full, then immediately it is used to the extended memory. Extended memory is used, and extended memory is used. So until the once the role area is finished, then immediately it will go to the extended memory. Extended memory. So then the extended memory also full, then what will happen? Why? Because we cannot control the memory usage in the system, right? So there is a one last parameter we can control it, but sometimes it will go to it will clear the bound, it will cross the boundaries as well. So the initially the work process boundary is the role area. So if that okay. If that is if that is full, then it will go to the extended memory. Even though the extended memory is full, then we have the remaining remaining role area is used. Remaining role area used by the work process. Which are the work process? Dialogue work process. So if the remaining role area also the work process started eating the remaining role area also, then system system is forced to use the local heap memory. Local heap memory system started using the local heap memory, which means so private memory. So this is the dangerous status, private memory. When the work process go to private memory means, so here system already using the heap memory. Okay, so this is the heap memory. So heap memory, which means private memory, operating system memory it is using. So when the work process started using the operating system memory means your system will be slow. Operating system will not be accessible at any moment. So the step number 4 is the dangerous moment, dangerous status. So when the work process goes to private memory means, so your system is going to die. System, your SAP system is going to die. So that is the reason, as part of our regular monitoring, we will go SM50, we will see the status of the work process. Are there any work process are in the private mode, or what is the mode here? So there are no work process in the private mode. Then, so we are safe. We are in the safe hands. So during that day, we are in the safe. If the work process are in the private mode, then immediately we need to check why it is in the private mode, what exactly happening. So what exactly the work process is doing. If you go to the work process statistics, so here you will see whether the db, the sequential read or direct read is happening, what exactly happening here. So those things we can find out here. See here how many records it is fetching. Is it a direct read? That is fine. Sequence reading means slowly it will read it. What are the programs it is calling? So that kind of some runtime statistics we can see it from here. So that is the reason. So we have to monitor the our system regularly. Okay, we have to monitor the system regularly. Okay, the memory, the work process memory start the work process is to, so actually the main aim of this work process allocation is for to prevent the entering into the private mode. So when the work process go to private mode means, so you are in the system is in the dangerous status. Why? Because it is almost using the operating system memory, which means so a system will go anytime, system will go down status. Then immediately we have to carefully we need to so handle this situation, private mode situations. Okay, so here, so defined role area. So how we have to define it? Normally you no need to define the role area. Initially defined role area, you need to define it. So we have the total role area. In that one, some amount will be allocated to the initial work process. Initial work process, that is called the, there is a parameter called the JTTA underscore role underscore the first. So that is the, so parameter first we have to initially we have to set this one. So that will be set automatically. So who will control this means the parameters will control the allocations. Okay, JTTA underscore role underscore first. Then if that role memory also over, then immediately extended memory is used. So extended memory, who will control it? Here also parameter, that is called the em slash initial size underscore mb, initial size underscore mb. So this is the parameter will control the extended memory. So then that is also over. Then here JTTA slash role underscore area, role underscore area parameter will control the remaining role area. So then work process, when the work process go to heap memory means operating system memory. This will not, we will not control it. So one work process, if the allocated food is not enough, then it will take the food from the other memory area, other plate. If this plate also not enough, then it will take the food from the other plate, one more person plate. If this is also not enough, then it will go to the private memory. It will start using the so private memory, which is like entire food it is starting using it. So which is means one work process is using the entire memory, means what about the other students, other candidates, then it will impact the others, right? Then entire system will go down situation. So in this case, we need to control that work process, who is using that work process, what is job running, so what exactly that is running here, like that we need to control this one. Okay, this is the allocation strategy. So when the work process allocates the private memory, the user is still connected, the user is remains connected until user ends the transaction. So it's connected. It's not like that when the work process go to private mode, it won't cancel. If it is cancelled, then what is the use of the system is going down situation. Then right. So user still connected. When the work process go to private mode, then still user is connected. When this will end means when the user when the user done the transaction, where the user complete the transaction, then he will go to so mode. He will go to the log off. Then it will be freed up. It will be freed up. Okay. So this is the this is the thing here. So what about the this one, what about the this memory, what about the this memory? So optimally there is a parameter actually, above slash heap underscore, above slash heap underscore area underscore total. Yes, right, this is the parameter. So this will control the heap area total, heap area dia, heap area non dia. There is a parameters which will control the the work process allocation, total heap memory allocations, it will control it. So this is the allocation. OS memory means operating system level memory. So in the operating system level, how much memory you have, you can see here. So you have suppose 16 GB memory. Now 5.8 GB memory is using, right? RAM memory. So the work process, you are executing one job, one long running job you are executing. So which is taking 1 day, fine, 2 days, fine, 3 days means some memory, 4 days means some memory, 5 days means some memory, 6 days means some other memory. Then immediately when it started using the operating system memory, RAM memory, then immediately system will be in the dangerous. Why? Because one work process using the RAM memory means what about the other work process? Why? Because same RAM memory is using by the your SAP system, and your applications, some other client applications, some other tools, all are using the some memory, right? So if one work process occupying the most of the memory means it will impact the others, right? Suppose example, you have food in the one plate, you have the 2 GB food in the one plate, you have the 5 resources, sorry, 11 resources you have the, so 5 resource, suppose like you have the 5 dialogue work process. So 5 dialogue work process, 2 GB food is there. So one work process, it's equally, first of all, in the 2 GB only certain amount of memory is allocated to the work process. Only certain amount of memory is allocated to the, in the 2 GB, like 1 GB is allocated to the work process, remaining 1 GB is allocated to the others, right? So the system, the one work process is taken the all 1 GB food it's eaten. It is hungry, so that is the reason it's used the almost 1 GB food it is eaten, 1 GB memory it is eaten. Then 1.2 crossed, 1.3 crossed, 1.4 crossed, then almost nearing to the, so almost trying to use the 2 GB food. Total RAM size is 2 GB. It is almost using the total 2 GB it is using, means system will go down status, system will run status, right? Entire SAP, other resources, everything will be down. So that will happen. Okay, so that is the allocation for the dialogue. Only dialogue, this much of 4 steps will be allocated. What about the non-dialogue work process? What about the non-dialogue work process? Yes, can we change this memory parameters? Yes, we can change it. Yeah, it depends. It depends upon the usage. That is the reason. So suppose if you go to the st02 st02, oh, here you can see the swaps occurs today. You can see, did you observe or not? So previous days it's green, now it's swaps occurred. Ca buffer means the usage is more. That is the reason the swaps are occurring here. You can see the history. You can see the history, how many swaps are occurred per day. So what happened? See, the swaps are occurred here. Here memory areas. So here, if you go to the current parameters or thing, here you will see the the memory parameters. These are all are the buffers. So buffers. So I think yes, you can see here. You can see here. So you can see here. What is that? Heap area dia. So heap allocation for the dialog work process. So 2 GB. So non-dia 0 means unlimited. Total 17 GB. What is the memory? We have the 16 GB. Total 16 GB allocated. So then heap limit. So this is the one. So here we can control it. So just copy this one, maybe go to the profile parameter, change display, then change the value to as per your recommended value. You can change it, but carefully when you are doing this memory parameter adjustments. So we have to perform the carefully. We need to do the adjustments. Okay. So but nowadays we have the zero memory management is available. So zero memory management, that is called the work process. If you adjust phys underscore mem size parameter, automatically physical memory size, if you adjust this memory parameter, one parameter, automatically all this memory parameter will be adjusted. You no need to do the this one. That is called the zero memory management. Okay, zero memory management. There is a separate story for the zero memory management, but for now just only concentrate on the this one. Why? Because few people they may ask you questions on, so can you tell me the navigation, can you tell me the steps for the dialog or process memory allocation? So now let's discuss about the memory allocation for the non-dialog work process. Okay, memory allocation for the non-dialog work process. Memory allocation for the non-dialog work process means
Background, gateway speed,
Background NQ.
update.
okay, right, good, super. So this, however, the memory sequence for the non-dialog work process is some bit different from the dialog. So and also for the operating systems. For all operating systems, so the Windows or Linux, this allocation is same. As Windows or non-Windows, this allocation is same. So definitely, if it is the, let me answer your Srikanth question. So if we change the parameter, do we need to restart the system? Then you have to tell the answer. Tell me, Srikanth, whether we need to restart the system or not. How can we tell
Yes.
whether this parameters restart not required or static or dynamic? Whether this restart is required or not? How can you tell? We discussed it right already. So can you tell me that one?
We need
Sorry.
we need to restart them.
Yeah, we need to restart. So how can you tell whether the parameter we need to restart or not? How can you tell?
If you want to keep the change,
In the RJ by
RZ10
checking.
start.
Yeah,
RZ10 then restart.
yeah. By checking the status in RZ11, if it is the changeable, then dynamically we can change it. If it is not changeable, we have to restart the system. So let me ask one question for Sirisha. Okay. So Sirisha, can you unmute it? Okay. So what is static and what is dynamic? What is static parameters and dynamic parameters?
స్టాటిక్ పారామీటర్ లో మనం రిస్టార్ట్ అవైలబుల్ ఉంటుంది, డైనమిక్ లో రిస్టార్ట్ అవసరం ఉండదు.
Okay. Okay, that is fine. But you have to speak in English in front of everyone. Okay? Yeah, not a problem. Thank you. That's fine. But today, right? So not a problem. Okay, that is fine. Yeah. So now, without any delay, we'll directly jump into the non-dialogue process. So this non-dialogue work process for memory allocation is, so this is very simple. This is in 3 steps. It will be completed. So initially the memory is allocated to the role memory. The first of all, entire role area it is used. So entire role area it is allocated to the memory. Let me write it here. Memory is assigned from the role area directly from the role area. So then since the role area is also full, then it will start using the heap memory. Heap memory means operating system memory. Until so then heap memory also full, then it will start using the then operating system, then it start using the heap memory, entire heap memory for the reached. So entire, so the work process, the first it will use the, so the memory allocation for the non-dialogue work process. So the non-dialogue work process means, so BTC work process. So non-dialogue, it kind of dialogue, it's non-dialogue work process. BTC update, so other work process. So for this one, initially the memory is assigned to the role area, role memory. So the role memory is defined by the parameter is called the JTTA underscore role underscore area. So if that memory is allocated, the heap memory is allocated to the non-dialogue work process. Non-dialogue work process. If that heap memory allocated, there is a limitation is reached, that is called the, so heap above underscore heap area underscore non-dia, that is the entire heap memory that is used. Okay, so when that memory also used in the heap area non-dia heap area total, so above slash, so heap underscore area underscore, so total heap area, so total heap area total will be used. Once the initial heap area for non-dia completed, then remaining heap area total will be used. So then in the fourth step, operating system will limit the allocated memory. There is certain limit of allocation for the memory, then operating system will limit it. So in this case, it will go to the, so OS limit. Here I can say like OS limit. Then in this case, it will go to the, so system will performance. The OS limit also over, system will go to the, so performance issues. Then we may get the some performance issues, but automatically this parameter will control for the, so non-dialogue work process total and everything will control it. So normally we should not get situation, only worst case scenario. Okay,